Detroit faithful, you're back in the pride at Lions News Fan Report, where every scoop hits you like a fourth-quarter sack and every rumor roars with promise. Before we dive into today's hot topic, do me a favor, smash that like button, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a beat from the Motor City's fiercest fan squad. Now, word has started buzzing around the league that Detroit's front office might be quietly orchestrating a blockbuster move, one that could reshape our secondary and send shockwaves through the NFC North. Imagine this: a stealthy cornerback acquisition that addresses our nickel package woes, injecting fresh speed and swagger into a pass defense that's craved a playmaking spark ever since last season's late-game breakdowns. Could this be the bold stroke Dan Campbell hinted at? Is it possible the Lions are ready to part with a key defensive piece to land the perfect slot solution? Sources close to the organization whisper that scouts across the league are keeping a close eye on a certain underrated defender, a player whose name you might not expect Detroit to dangle but whose skill set fits perfectly into the gritty, fast-paced style our new defensive coordinator craves. Some insiders believe this move has been simmering since the draft, when front office evaluators flagged our depth chart's soft spot in sub-packages. Others argue the push came after early. Off-season workouts revealed glaring mismatches in coverage against quick, shifty slot receivers. Could this trading partner be none other than the Carolina Panthers, desperate to solidify their own nickel rotation and willing to pay a premium for someone with proven NFL grit? Let's pause on the mystery for a moment and dissect the logic here. Over the past two campaigns, our defense has surrendered chunk plays on short passes, a symptom of a gap in speed and agility at the slot corner position. The analytics crew charted that opponents targeted our interior too often, exploiting angles where our current backups simply couldn't close. Meanwhile, this rumored target has consistently graded out above average in coverage snaps, boasting a rare combination of quick-twitch burst and physicality at the catch point. His teammates rave about his off-ball instincts, and league evaluators praise his film study habits, qualities that translate seamlessly to the Lions' discipline-first mentality. But here's where the suspense truly ramps up. Early chatter suggests the player in question is a Detroit Lion himself, traded away to help land back that missing piece. Yes, whispers claim that an unexpected name, a promising DB from our own roster, could be the chip included in negotiations. This wouldn't be your headline-grabbing superstar, but rather a dependable rotational cornerback who's earned respect through solid special teams play and occasional starting reps. Would the Lions really let such a guy go? Could parting with this under-the-radar contributor be the key to injecting dynamic cover ability into our defense? Of course, every rumor requires a grain of salt. We've seen trade talks fizzle once front offices hit the negotiating table, with medical evaluations, salary cap calculations, and draft pick valuations all threatening to derail a deal. Still, the fact that this speculation has persisted for weeks, even months, suggests something more substantial is brewing. Think about it. No team plants trade seeds this early unless they sense real traction. Combine that with public comments from our GM praising versatility and depth in the secondary, and you start to see a pattern. Detroit is actively retooling its defensive identity. Now, fans are already spinning out scenarios. Could this mean we suit up a new shadow defender on Jamar Chase come Week 1, they ask? Is it possible our revamped nickel package becomes the envy of the division? And don't forget the ripple effect. If the Lions ship off that backup corner, they'll need to fill his spot on special teams and in practice rotations. Will a late-round draft pick or a street free agent step up, or will Detroit swing another minor move to cushion the blow? Beyond the on-field chess match, there's a storyline brewing in the locker room. Teammates reportedly view the rumored trade target as a football junkie, a guy who maps out every opponent's tendencies and thrives on Saturday film sessions. His arrival would elevate preparation standards and push our current corners to new heights. Imagine veteran leaders rallying around this fresh face, forging a secondary that communicates like a well-oiled machine, locking down seams and obliterating quick hitters before they bloom. We also can't ignore the optics. Trading within the division or with a conference foe carries its own drama. Questions swirl. Does Detroit risk arming the Panthers with our own talent, or is the return package so tantalizing that the risk feels worth taking? Some insiders speculate that the Lions are leveraging their depth at defensive back to pry open a sweetener, perhaps a late-round pick swap or a conditional selection that upgrades if the newcomer hits certain snap thresholds. One thing's for sure, this is the kind of blueprint play that defines championship contenders, seeing where you're thin, targeting an ideal piece, and pulling the trigger. Will the Lions News Fan Report squad be celebrating a stealth win when the preseason roster is finalized? Or will we watch this tantalizing rumor evaporate under the bright lights of negotiation? Stay tuned as we continue to track every twist and turn in this high-stakes saga. The stakes are enormous. A sharper slot corner could be the missing puzzle piece that propels Detroit from playoff hopeful to genuine Super Bowl threat. And remember, this is only the beginning of our deep dive. There's plenty more intrigue waiting in the wings. Let's keep this roar going, Lions family. If you're as excited as I am, smash that like button and subscribe to Lions News Fan Report right now, because you won't want to miss a single update as this blockbuster trade rumor unfolds. Now, let's pull back the curtain and reveal the name on everyone's lips. Could the Detroit Lions really be moving Amik Robertson to Carolina in exchange for that perfect slot corner solution? Robertson, the 2022 fourth-round pick out of Louisiana, Tech, has quietly emerged as one of the league's most tenacious nickel backs. Last season, he racked up 58 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and an impressive 12 special teams stops. Numbers that don't jump off the page but showcase his blue-collar tenacity and willingness to dive into every tackle. His quickness in space and fearless pursuit make him an ideal chess piece for a defense built on aggression. But now whispers suggest the Lions might be shopping him to pry loose that elusive game-changer. Imagine Detroit calling Carolina's brass dangling Robertson's name alongside a sweetener like a 2025 fifth-round pick, only to receive an offer centered on a rising slot star who's graded out in the top 10 among nickel defenders. Sources say the Panthers are desperate to shore up their interior coverage, and Amik's combination of toughness and versatility could be just the bargaining chip Detroit needs to land a specialist with elite short-area burst. Could this be the linchpin that transforms our sub-package from vulnerable to formidable? But here's where the plot thickens. League insiders claim that Robertson's camp was blindsided by the chatter. One anonymous front office executive told us he's been nothing but professional, locked in on his craft, even mentoring rookies on film study. To a man, the secondary would hate to lose that locker room presence. If true, Detroit's brass must balance the allure of a shiny new asset with the risk of disrupting team chemistry. After all, Amik's grit and relentless motor have become the heartbeat of special teams and a dependable fallback when injuries struck. Beyond the tangible metrics, the psychological impact of trading Robertson cannot be understated. For opponents, seeing a familiar face cross the line to the NFC South rivals might inject added motivation. Yet, insider chatter suggests Detroit's defensive staff has already drawn up schemes to integrate the incoming slot specialist on day one, emphasizing seamless handoff drills and cross-training sessions tailored to offset Amik's absence. Could this rigorous preparation indicate they've already agreed terms, with formal medicals and contract details merely awaiting final signatures? Let's not overlook the draft ramifications either. If Detroit parts with Robertson, and that conditional fifth becomes a firm fourth-rounder, fans could see the Lions double down on cornerback depth via the college ranks. Names like Tyler Nubin or Kobe Savage have come up in mock drafts as potential Day 2 targets, but the front office might prefer the certainty of a proven veteran over developmental prospects. Will this rumored trade clear enough cap space to keep rookie acquisitions afloat? Or will it force Detroit into a balancing act between future investments and immediate upgrades? Now it's your turn. Do you think Detroit should pull the trigger on this bold move, or is keeping Robertson and banking on internal growth the smarter play? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm dying to see who the real Lions faithful side with. And don't forget, if you loved this deep dive, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, and ring that bell so you're first in line when the official news breaks. Thanks for watching, and stay loud, Lions Country.